Alright, we're a few days later and I've cleaned up the lock mechanisms for the front and rear left doors, and I used plenty of chain lubricant also to lubricate the linkages inside. And for the front door, here I just reinstalled it quickly, without connecting the door handles and all that. But it did improve the feel for the front door. When I lift the handle, it wasn't as bad as the rear door, but it's still better. It's a crisper. How can I say? It's not. It's more free. That's how I would describe it. So definitely a good improvement. However, for the rear door, I did not see an improvement at all. Unfortunately, it still takes quite a bit of force to close the door. So let's say if I, bring it here into this stopped position and push it. Oh well, now it works, but see, even with moderate force, it doesn't close. Now it does. However, if I take this door, make it in the first stopped position, and just push on it slightly, that's perfect. Here, I'll just barely push on it. So that's what I want for the rear door. The door still works, but it has to be smooth. It's a BMW. It's not a cheap car. So I want the smoothness. So the problem, I think, is with the door stop, because I can hear some rubbing, and even if I did lubricate it a lot, it's not smooth. So I will try to take it out, clean it, maybe clean the rollers, and then try to reinstall it. But first I have to take out this annoying pin. Hey, I finally found a use for the seat back pockets. Anyway, so I took out the pin, and it was quite a fight. And I don't know if I'm dumb or something, but even just looking at it now, I don't know how it works. There are cuts in it, and these are little stops things. It sits like this, and there's a little notch there. It's all mangled up because I just beat on it. So I'll try to reuse this one. Otherwise, I'll have to order one. They're like $5 on BMW.ca. Anyway, so now I will, if I move this out of the way, I will take out these two, I think they're Torx, 2 bolts, and then I should be able to remove the door check, and then finally test the door without the door check, but with the lubricated lock mechanism. So should be fun. One thing with these Torx bolts, actually, well, I haven't been wrenching for a long time. I'm a newbie when it comes to mechanical stuff, but what I noticed is that you really need to push your socket firmly inside the bolt, otherwise you will strip it. I stripped many bolts when I changed the filter on my transmission, because maybe it's the cheap socket I use, but anyway, you have to really push it firm and hard, and then turn it and take your time. And I like to make sure that when I enter it, it's not at an angle like this. It has to be really straight, and take your time, and then you will not strip it. And this is for reference. This is the correct orientation of the door check. Like this. I'll bring the light out of my super door pocket. So yeah, this is before removing it. Alright, so this is the first time I'll try the door without a door check. So you'll be able to see with me the result. And you know, it's quite heavy. You know, if you just let go, you know, the door wants to close. You know, it's like the front door. So that's interesting. So then I'll make sure there's no wires or nothing. You know, this just dangles there, but it's okay. Okay, nothing in the jam. Okay, so I'll just let it go. See, that's still not right. It should close. It's a bit better, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure, eh? Yeah, if I put a slight bit more pressure, you know, it will close. I just can't let it go. Let's try the front. Okay, just let it go. Well, I guess it's the same thing. Yeah, and the front door is loaded with stuff in it, like the window regulator and all of that. So it is heavier. Maybe it helps with the momentum. Oh yeah, this is definitely lighter. Oh yeah, I'd say that's definitely a fix. Another. Yeah, but see, it should be closing now. So what's up with that? Maybe the alignment here is not right. Not sure. This is lubricated as much as I can. Yeah, maybe I need to raise or lower this, what is it called? The latch thing. Yeah. If I put a little bit more pressure, then it closes. Interesting. Okay, I took out the Torx screws, bolts, I mean, that hold the striker in place. I think that's what it's called. And yeah, there's a wire also because there's a little switch in there. This is your, you know, door open switch. So yeah, if you move, there's like a back plate in here, and if you can see, it can slide a bit. So there is some level of adjustment. So I will try to move it in various positions and test closing the door to see if I can find a better match for the position of the door lock mechanism. Okay, so this is interesting. I brought it forward as much as I could. You know, you can see this is the stain, the dirt stain there. It used to be further back there, and if I just let it go, now it shuts properly, but the door is not aligned now. So yeah, that's interesting. Maybe I'll try to push it back a bit, but not as much as it was initially. But I do like the way it closes now. That's wonderfully easy. You know, you can just, yeah, that's great. Okay, after playing around with the striker plate, I managed to get a really nice pop when opening the door, like this. Yeah, it's wonderful. There is a nice pressure coming out when you open the door. The problem is it only does that when the door is not aligned properly. So I think that's my main problem. The door is crooked somehow, because if I look at this gap here, you can see that the door is sagging under the front door. It's not aligned properly. Here, I'll try to get a better angle. like this. So yeah, and if I look at the rear there, well, you can see clearly that this metal trim is not connected to this one here, and yeah, you can see that this this line here, the crease is not aligned correctly. So I'm not sure what the issue is, because if I open the door, you know, I can see the issue clearly, and if I close it, then I can see the door comes up and wants to be pushed up, you know, because I adjusted the striker, and it still takes a lot of force to close. You know, I can't just, like that. That doesn't work. But I do like the pop though. You know, when I open it, oh yeah, that's so satisfying. You know, there's a real there's a kind of torque, you know, that makes it pop. That's really nice. Okay, so after messing around with the striker, trying multiple positions, you know, up, down, left, right, and all of that, I think I found the sweet spot. You know, I was looking for a door closure that required the least effort to shut the door, but also having a nice positive feeling in the handle. You know, like this is the pop I was trying to describe before. So this is the result. So if I just push slightly, now the door closes properly, and the alignment is pretty good. I could not fix the alignment over there because you know, I think that would require changing the sleeves in the hinges, and I will leave that alone for now. I'm quite happy with the way the door closes. I just tried the other side yesterday before I removed the door panel and the lock mechanism, and it was just as bad as this one, and the difference is night and day. So I'm quite happy with this difference. It's a good quality door closure, and yeah, very nice. I forgot about the door check. So I dumped it in kerosene and cleaned it, and it cleaned up real nice. It almost looks brand new. You know, those little rollers, they're all free and happy. So yeah, it's great. I'll just need to grease it a bit with some of that, and reinstall it, and I think it should be better than what it was before. Alright, I reinstalled the doorstop. I reused the same pin as before because it was okay in the end, and I used some chain lubricant on the rollers, and I have to say that there is an improvement. It requires less force to close the door, and you know, so that's a big plus, and also the door handle feels a lot better. It pops more, and that's very good. It's not perfect, but you know, it's hard to say with these old cars, right? You know, no one remembers really how the doors and everything felt, you know, 20, 30 years ago. So we have to sort of guess. So for me, this is what I consider to be, you know, in line with the quality of the car. You know, it's not sloppy. It closes fine. It's a positive, reassuring feeling. So to me, you know, that's good enough, and it's very satisfying actually to fix stuff like that, because you know, you're sort of bringing back the initial quality of the car. And you know, some people might say, hey, classic BMW guy in Quebec, why don't you put an LS in it, or you know, they got them CarPlays and Apple Androids and all that. And you know, I know all that, but it's just not interesting to me. I much prefer to restore the car to its original qualities. Well, almost. And you know, just focus on the product as it was when it left the factory. You know, BMW know what they're doing, and you know, they know how to design a good car. So that's what I try to accomplish, and I take great pleasure to bring it back to how it was. So yeah, I think this is this will wrap up this series. I'm very happy. You know, I still have to do the right rear door, and I will also clean the front right lock mechanism. You know, just to cover all bases. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And thank you for subscribing. You know, I've been watching the numbers grow lately, and it's you know, it's nice. I don't make any money out of this. It's just a hobby, but I like that people enjoy it. Thanks for watching.